Ha 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 ha.
Oh, yeah. Haven't seen you all in a year.
As I said before, it feels like eons since I've looked at this character sheet.
Yeah, turns to Terry. Okay, Terry, what happened last time? Because none of us know.
Uh,
Woof.
Terry
Interesting.
Terry pulls a bone out from behind his back. No, you definitely have no clue where he got that from.
Yeah,
And then he starts chewing.
yeah. He gets it from his bone dimension.
The bone zone, if you will.
Nice.
So like, there's preggers and we might have saved Christmas.
The way you
Well, the last one was a Christmas special, which one thing that I remember from it is Colt learned a thing, and that thing was when a mare isn't trying to kill anything that has the audacity to exist, she's actually pretty cool.
The most important thing I learned is that Howdy Partner has a battlefield date with Fatesbane at one point.
True.
Is that as well?
Yeah.
Most importantly, I learned the leg spell.
True. You did learn the leg spell.
Is that the spell where you gave a thing legs and it was like, why have you given me legs? This is terrible.
Oh no, the first one was me using Wish to do that. And then my Christmas gift was getting a spell that actually does that.
Yes. The snowman was given legs, and the legs quickly died.
Because they were not made of the same material.
Yeah.
And now there's a snowman out there somewhere that just keeps punching shit after Colt tried to convince it, don't just randomly attack shit.
He was so buff.
But Colt's just like, he's gonna punch somebody at some point who will be able to punch back a lot harder, and that'll be an important learning experience.
Yeah. So
There's no such thing as learning experiences. We just forget everything 5 seconds after it happens.
So, do you guys want to take some downtime, or do you guys want to go on where Sonya is the only main character?
So where to next, Sonya?
Again,
Got it.
I just want to say that Colt in his going back into his domain with the other Sonyas that are all going to have a kid, he'll be like talking with them to see how far along they are.
Cool.
Yeah.
All of the many Sonyas who can see the future tell you exactly when they're going to give birth, and it's very imminently. New year, new babies.
Yeah, Colt's like, in that case, sits down. I'm gonna stay here with you. This is more important. So yeah, I guess I'm playing the robot for today.
Got it.
Ooh.
We're gonna have robot Howdy Partner and God Sonya as the party.
It's slightly refreshing to be the robot and just not have a conscience.
Does Howdy Partner have a conscience?
Yeah, how? Please.
I mean, he tried to bounty hit Santa in the Christmas special.
That's true. That's true.
I definitely have a conscience, and that conscience is who's going to pay me the most money.
It's easily bendable.
Well, this party's not gonna last long.
Yep. Well, at least
Good.
Sonya has good intentions. I mean,
It's a
it's
good-
never worked out for any of the other Sonyas in the multiverse.
Yeah,
But
and at least
this one has good
Tikio,
intentions.
if his body gets destroyed, he'll just be a sad emoticon on a screen somewhere.
Okay, so let's start the year out with a bang of me saying probably the only smart thing I'm gonna say the rest of the year. Sonya will go up to Ben and ask, okay, a lot of stuff's been going on. We should check like all of the news stuff and everything and see if there's like any major things happening that we've not noticed.
Look at the news.
Yeah. Or
Sure.
we have Luxophone 700 unopened emails from the people that we work with that have that fleet. They probably know a lot of shit as well.
Mm. Well, we've been ignoring them all so far.
Yeah. So I'm using my
where
my once per year good boy to check up on them.
Sure. Where do you start? The first email they sent you that you haven't read, or the latest email they've
Let's
sent
go. Let's go
that you haven't-
latest. Let's see how panicked it is.
It has some coordinates, and then a it's just a short message about, we know you probably don't read these anymore. But like, if you find yourself in the neighborhood, swing by.
All right, Ben, go straight there. We're gonna pretend that we do
Okay.
read their emails, and this one only came in today, so I've still got a chance to make it seem like I got this and immediately responded.
Sure, you start
What-
heading over.
What is the like? Is the contents literally just, well, now you probably don't read these anymore, or is there any additional context to this message, or could Tiki look up the coordinates and see where it's at?
It's
being-
telling you to go to a sort of spaceport that is relatively close to. It's sort of in Landian space.
Which ones are they again?
I literally just got off the.
Sick god people. Their
Okay.
god be sick. They are
Aw.
sick.
So we need
Ah,
to
so
get
that was on
magical
the to-do
chicken
list.
soup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. That
I-
feels important to write on my sheet.
Find missing god. Okay.
Yeah, but nobody's heard from their god in a while, and they're getting sick. But yeah, they've sent those coordinates. You can read the previous emails to learn stuff.
I mean, yeah, we've got a little bit of time for it to get there. I'll gather everyone around, and we're gonna have a fun
do you
time.
go? Do you go back to the first email they sent you that you
yeah,
didn't read?
let's go back to the first one.
Just hand. It's like, like that. Thank you for. This is the. It's basically an official email going over the. This is the this is like a digital document proving that you own this fleet, and like you'll be held responsible for anything that this fleet does under your command. Yada yada yada. Like. It's your, it's a couple of just documents that say you own this fleet effectively.
All right, now skip back to the most recent one.
I mean, it's still the same, but
No, I
do you
mean,
go
like,
for the one before that?
Yeah, the one before it. Because the idea in my head for the joke of that is, all right, we'll go to how official it started off. All right, now back to the chaos.
It's we recovered from that engagement with the horrible sort of angular beasts. We're not really sure what they were, but we've gone to we're heading towards Landian space for some safety after that harrowing trip, trying to find you wherever you've gone.
Sonia looks around and is like, does anyone else remember angular beasts? That's going to be a northern.
I'm really trying, but I'm like, the only thing I can think that would be harrowing to them would be the Space British.
Oh, you guys never encountered them. They got lost, tried to follow you.
Okay, so yeah, I imagine it'll take us a little while to get wherever it is. Why don't you give us a cliff notes of the emails in reverse order?
Uh, so it's sort of it's sort of a um the sort of first event that you would recognize is they showed up when you fought like Sun Cold, and then they had a sort of tough time tracking you around a bit. And they you do have like all of the couple encounters that you remember having with them every now and then. But it's interspersed with them sort of losing where you guys go. Like you just take off somewhere.
We just teleport.
Uh,
And it's like, how do we follow that?
And also, this ship is way faster than their ships generally.
I mean, that makes sense as well.
So they constantly get left behind, and they're just always trying to follow your vapor trail, or and like using divination spells to find you and stuff, and then follow you. Uh, you do note that they lost like 5 or 6 large vessels when they tried to follow you to that. Do you remember that planet that you blew up?
Be more specific.
Are you talking about the one
The one that
that
Fume
had
blew
the
up
hive mind?
Yeah, the one
Was
that Fume blew up.
and then brought back.
I
Yeah,
believe that was fixed.
yeah.
Yeah, and then brought back. They tried following you along, like they tried following you along the same sort of trail you went, but they encountered the invisible, strange, higher dimensional creature, and but they didn't know what it was and couldn't communicate with it. So just many of the ships flew into it and died,
Okay.
Sag.
and they it like you only know what it is because you know what it is. They had no clue what that anomaly is. They just went, weird invisible thing is there to be avoided.
Fair.
They then went on a like they then thought that they encountered your vapor trail going off into like unknown regions of space. But later on it turned out to be a sort of strange. They think it's some sort of weird fey being, like tricked their sensors and led them on this big wild goose chase around unknown space where they like constantly were just stumbling into ship eating monsters. They sort of bounced from monster to monster. You know, typical Star Trek plotline stuff.
Yeah.
Occasionally losing the odd ship or two, or getting heavily damaged. Until they eventually arrived at the place that they're telling you that they are. They're pretty informal, but the further you go back, the more formal they get. To the point where at the start, it's like in the form of a daily report type thing. Where they're being very cordial and like sending you like, ship 4A has received several bits of damage, and like we could really use your help and guidance in like what we should do and where we should go and like which shipyards we should use and stuff. And then it's like several. The big problem is it starts to lose its kind of report format as they like
Start
pose
dying.
a question to you, and like the ships die and go missing, and crew members die or get possessed, or there was one pretty gruesome incident where like on one of the ships people just started getting turned inside out and they never figured out what that was. Eventually that ship just got blown up. So
Problem solved.
yeah. But it's like they're asking you for stuff or help, but obviously got no response.
Whoops.
Look, I'm very busy, and I tend to turn off notifications on my devices.
I was
Uh,
just gonna say, why wasn't I showing these things? You could have set me to open up. You could have set me to automatic. I could set up an out of office on it.
You know what? That's
they
not a bad idea. We'll do that later.
they do
This is
also
the first time seeing them.
they do also speak of an encounter with some dimensional demons, who were like really into soul coins, and slaves. They really want a lot of slaves. Oh, they wanted to buy people, which sounded a lot like slavery to them.
Yeah, so Sonia will mention too the fucking two remaining main characters. Like, yeah, so like there's a lot of stuff to do with the demons that, in quotation marks, work for me that we need to solve. But I think we're gonna need like everyone together for that, because they're either gonna take it fine or be real angry.
Can you sound them out first?
What do you mean?
Like, hint at things and see how they react?
True.
Like, if you tell them that it's not you that's sending them to do things, like, and they're like, oh no, we've betrayed our god by following something else. Like, they might they might be, like, in religious fervor, help you out more.
True. I'm not sure
Like, maybe
how
you
to
should just be-
contact them though.
Maybe you should be giving them as direct messages as possible, if they're your followers.
No, these aren't my followers. These are like demons that work for me.
Sonia,
Howdy partner,
I-
like, cocks his head sideways and doesn't seem to understand the difference.
Also, I take
Uh,
it that this means Howdy Partner just stuck with us after the Christmas feast.
Well, yeah, he needs space travel. He's got to get to
Fair.
that date.
Fair.
a quasit appears next to you, Sonia. Is like,
Shovel!
we've they're in a little suit and tie. And they say, hello, is this Sonia?
Yeah, it is, I think.
Yeah, you're gonna need to pay for a new vault. Yours is too full.
Is this full of those soul coin things?
Yeah. We need more space.
So how about this instead? Maybe stop.
Maybe stop?
Yeah, I think we might have enough. So they can stop with the collecting and stuff.
Fair enough. I guess we will have to stop for now. The vault is too full.
Yeah, that too.
Look, I'm sorry. We did convert like the entire palace into more vault space, but it just wasn't enough.
Palace?
I know. It's only a modest thing.
Wait, whose palace?
Yours?
I have a palace?
Oh yeah, of course. We keep it lovely for you.
Well, you did before it became all vaults.
Well, yeah. We just had to keep. It was the big problem of like we kept having to put more. Like initially, the massive underground vault that was like labyrinthian caverns just ran out of space eventually, which was a big problem. So then we converted like the sort of guest rooms into more vaults, and they got full. And then we converted like the sort of everywhere that wasn't like the foyer and the lounge into vaults, and like your master bedroom. Then they got all full. Then we did the foyer and the guest room and just everything. Everything except your bedroom is basically just a vault.
Nice.
And your bedroom just has several chests in it that are just filled.
Okay, well, yeah, so can you like relay messages back to everyone else?
Oh yeah.
Uh, shit. Excuse me 1 second. Like,
Oh, we did have a bit of an insurrection, but don't worry, they've been dealt with.
okay. Gets, fucking gets the robot and the cowboy into a huddle and like, okay, if I'm gonna stop them doing this, they need to be distracted with something. Do I just send them after Space British for now?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
It does seem advantageous for us.
Excellent.
But especially since the Space British might blender them, make their forces weaker, for if they do get angry at you.
True. Okay, so yeah, myself and my esteemed work.
Associates?
Yeah, what he said. We've come to a decision. For the next stage of the plan, we need to remove an obstacle. While everyone will no longer be focusing on collecting the soul coins and souls and stuff, we do need you to try and take down the Space British Empire, because they're really thwarting our plans.
Oh, how should we go about this?
Do what you think I would do. Sonia, unable to think of an answer, I was like,
Got it. I'll give that order to our top strategist.
yeah.
It's like follow your heart.
Got it. Wow. I can't believe we're moving on to phase 2 of the plan. We've been in phase 1 for so long. Your machinations lay undisturbed for untold eons.
So yeah, on to phase 2. Good luck.
Yeah. Oh god, man. You must be oh god, you're so cool. You must be ancient by now.
Can't say that to a woman. It's true, but it's
That does
apparently
sound very rude.
yeah, it's apparently rude.
Oh, I was never informed of this. I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to offend you, boss.
What's your name? Is it Shovel? Or have I just called you Shovel?
I guess it is now.
That is kind of how it works. Oh, well, yeah. If you could get everyone working on that, everyone will be having a great time. Everyone nice and busy.
You got it, boss.
And then we'll all save the universe, right?
Yes. We'll save it. And then we will rule over all of it.
Maybe not all, but, you know.
Most of it, except
Yeah.
the bits we don't want.
Because don't want to be too greedy.
Yeah, just all except the bits that we can't use.
Oh, is that... You should get going. I just noticed the time. We've got a big important meeting to have now.
Oh, it's fine. Like, time flows differently there. It's only been, like, less than a second. It's been, like, thousands of years over there for, like, like 1 year here.
Okay.
I don't think that's how that works. If it's thousands of years there for 1 year here, it's gonna be thousands of seconds there for 1 second here. He's been gone a month.
I'm sure they won't notice. I
I'm gonna trust this one Quasit to know exactly what they're talking about. Okay, well, yeah, you'd best go now, please.
Sonia, when you look into when you see their future, you do see they get punished because they've been gone for so long.
You got the time dilation backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye, boss.
I see great things in your future.
Oh, good. Because you're saying it must be true. And then they like vanish in a puff of smoke.
Turns out he's been gone for so long, they've actually filled your bedroom with soul coins, and that's why he gets punished.
Oh god. I need to figure out what to do with those. Like, part
You
of
can
us
use
is...
them as a you can use them as a power source, can you?
Yeah, but they're all innocent souls, and that destroys them.
You're
You just get the mechanical whirring of the motors in Tikio's neck as he just nods, like, alright, fair enough. If that's a parameter, that's a parameter.
Turns
also
to Howdy Partner. You understand, right?
Blank look on his face. He has understood nothing. His level of intelligence, it does not go to weird beyond the stars things.
Soul magic.
Also, Sonia, if you check your newer soul coins, they have like a mare's face printed on them.
Oh, that's even worse.
Can you free the souls in it?
Yes, but it will take me a long time.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work in the
Yeah,
future.
it's a lot of work, and we're quite busy as it is.
Hang on a minute. You're a god, aren't you? Didn't you have angels?
Yes, and they're all currently working on upkeeping, slightly building. I need to do more building. But slightly building my heaven, and the whole, Andrew Braindye, the
Soul god, this fate garden thing.
yeah, the soul, the shadow,
Fell thing.
yeah, making crystals and helping fate and
To be
essentially.
fair, as a god, you have a very important job that no one was doing for a very long time.
Because you've dipped into fate divinity. To all of that, though, Tikio just has his trademark.
Oh, no, man.
And you've got like maybe 3 angels that are like relatively strong and competent, and all of the other angels are like people plus effectively. They're like okay, they're better than like commoners.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the whole situation is just like, get rid of horrible wibbly shadow thing, get crystal, turn crystal into new angel, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
It sounds like when you're playing Age of Mythology and you're playing as Gaia, where you just nominate a commoner to become a legendary hero. You random commoner number 1, zap! You're a hero now. Oh shit!
Also,
yeah.
you probably don't know this. Like addressing this to TKO. An extra level of difficulty. All of the souls in these coins also think they're me. So I would also need to either rewrite or fix their memories and fix their bodies and souls, and there's like a million stages to fixing this.
Oh, they all need like a lifetime of therapy.
It's just occurred to me. I can't make the jokes that I make with Colt where it's like, and their brain has stopped because Tikio could like just totally calculate this.
Haha,
like,
you
Oh,
have to go along.
He's like, aye, that's gonna take some time, that.
So, like, I don't know what to do with that. But at least, hopefully, they've now stopped collecting and are focused on something else. I should have probably been more specific with what they should do, but I wasn't.
Bit late now, innit?
I'm sure I'll be fine. Sonia's catchphrase.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the future, so you'd nah.
Closes eyes, sees fire. God, I thought that was just my imagination.
But that was just like a flash fire for like 5 minutes.
I mean, Sonia, when you look into the future and try and foresee what goes on with, do you try and see what happens with the demon attack on the Space British?
Fucking sure. Does it involve
Sure.
fire?
I imagine it's going to be a bloodbath.
You have a look at it. The demons go there. They're clearly the superior force, but weird strangeness means that the Space British win the initial encounters. But then it sort of gets around that the Space British are kicking the ass of demons, and that eventually reaches Amer's ears, and she's like, "What? No one's putting shame on my name. I gotta fix this shit."
It's fucking space. Oh,
It sounds like you've inadvertently put a target on their back with the name of the most destructive creature in the universe on it.
Look, so upside, a mayor's going to be focusing on something else. Downside, a mayor is going to be focusing on something.
A mare versus those things sounds like an unstoppable object, unmovable object scenario. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully, when that resolves, it doesn't leave too big of a hole in the universe.
Amir seems like seemed like a lovely person when I met them.
Comes and goes.
Yeah, it's just been helpful to me in the past, I suppose.
like his anti-reality armor just shimmers.
Yeah, I don't get the why you'd be so worried. Like, if they can win this fight, then that seems like a great thing for us.
It's just like they don't really have a good sense of morals, or any sense of morals. They kind of like just do what is like the most efficient thing. Which
That being said, there is the whole potential of someone who's really good with technology getting a hold of whatever allows the Space British to do the absolute nonsense that was what they did to me.
But it would still be better on an ally than an enemy, right?
What did they do to you?
Basically, the Space British have something that just makes them way more difficult to fight, and the 3-shot
Gestures at everything.
me since Yena,
Gestures at everything.
this is all me.
And then his Tikyo's face appears on all the monitors.
See?
But you gotta realize how he partners from a world with technology level is nowhere near this. He has
Yeah,
been
but
kidnapped by aliens.
Yeah,
And he's just
Tikyo,
like,
yeah, but Tikyo's wisdom is dog shit, so he's just like, throw this information at this man, he'll get it.
Okay, so howdy. It's a bit like, you know, when you see like a shootout or like a showdown. Showdown.
yeah. I'm following you.
How you'll have like, if one person can shoot the right place perfectly, they're always gonna win. The Space British can kind of do that. They seem to be able to always get what they want in terms of like, I want to shoot, like, points at you. I want to shoot you in the hand to disarm you. They seem to always get to do that in their attempts. Or at
They're a
least,
perfect crack shot, in short.
but it seems to be more than that.
Yeah, your best guess would be something. Ben would be like, yeah, best guess is like supernatural luck or
Yeah,
something that bends fate in some weird way.
but we're not sure.
So I was talking to this lovely person called Fatesbane.
Uh-huh.
Do they seem like that sounds like that might be helpful in fighting something that controls fate, right?
It was. She's the only reason we survived that encounter.
But Fatesbane is also very busy
Indeed.
because of big war with Dragon. It'd be really helpful if we could stop that war.
I did send an email to Fatesbane's employer saying, "Here, them Space British buggers You'll probably have to send her at them. Give her a shout if she needs backup.
All
I
right.
haven't heard not yet, as far as I'm aware. But then again, I've only just found out about these other 700 emails. I've probably got one somewhere.
Knocks on his head.
To be fair, if you went searching, you'd find a response that's basically like the Space British front is concerning, but the slightly more concerning front is if Fatesbane's not fighting the Time Dragon basically wins every encounter we throw at the Time Dragon. So it's slightly more important on that front.
He just sent an email back just saying message received and understood.
Mazel tov.
Reads the email and just turns to you guys like,
And that's not happening.
Well, tried.
At least you've sent one of the other most dangerous things in the universe at them.
Mm-hmm.
Inadvertently.
Hopefully it won't end up like the spider situation.
Spider situation.
If you're asking out of character, where a mayor
Yeah,
decided
right
to
too.
go after the spider that
big-
we met previously
Oh,
and
yeah,
nearly
the thing
destroyed
that-
reality.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing that resulted in many planets getting destroyed.
It's because it had developed a new defense mechanism to prevent its children being murdered.
Yeah.
Well, at least she's just going after one world now, right?
And she intensified the murder until it got around the defense mechanism. And then she realized that murder was not the answer. It's far more efficient to do much more evil things to it.
Maybe while they're fighting each other, we could subterfuge the situation and find the item that's causing them to have that quick shot, instant hit effect. And
Sorry.
remove that from the equation.
Sorry, joke scene when you're talking about what was happening with the spider, you like smash cut to like Fume sneezing in the hospital.
True.
Sneezes, a tiny fireball just whoomph.
Small fire children laugh at fire.
Clap, 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 clap,
Hey.
clap, clap.
You do the sneeze, the small fire children sort of are in literally the most adorable way ever, slightly confused at what's just happened, but mostly asleep.
Oh, just like me.
The half fire, quarter demon, quarter devil children.
Yes.
Quarter question mark.
Yes.
Wait, that's too many quarters.
It is.
Yeah, it's 125%.
That's
Yeah,
correct,
they're
yeah.
125% of a person.
Would you be surprised at this point?
The extra 25% comes from the Fume's mam's side.
Fair.
They are all a bit immortal,
A bit.
though less so than Fume.
It
Yeah,
was
get
very
fucked,
a bit.
everyone who's not me.
Except
Your mum is
except
more
your
immortal than
babies.
you.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, the people who matter most.
Your partner is immortal, but not in the same way that you are.
Yeah.
You're immortal.
Let's all be immortal. Let's all be immortal. And then cut
You're
back
immortal
to
in
the
the-
very unimmortal howdy partner.
You're immortal in a very absolute sense. They're immortal in a they're never gonna die of old age kind of sense.
Sure.
Howdy partner is a cowboy.
He has a cool cape. Well,
We'd
trench
certainly
coat.
have
His jacket plays sort of spaghetti western background music wherever he walks.
His shoes have spurs.
He does a gun twirl. We certainly have a D&D party of all time right now.
Everyone's
have
off
Mortal
having
Wizard.
a preggers.
Because the rest of the party's off having a preggers, yeah.
They are doing pregnancy.
Pragnanant.
Pregnant?
Perginan.
Pre-get?
Okay, so what's the ETA on us arriving on wherever this place is?
Ben says it won't take much longer. You'll be there in like 5-10 minutes.
Alright, everyone, whiskeys.
I'll be down a pint of diesel.
I'll join you in the whiskies.
No, not going for the diesel.
No, I think it's poisonous to me.
Weird.
Ah.
To be fair, Howdy Partner has no concept of diesel.
He's like, what's diesel? And he just smells it and it's like, oh god.
Like oil exists, right? Like oil, like they had found oil by the sort of like.
I mean, if he asked,
True, they were
Tika would
doing
just be
oil
like,
rush, you know?
Tika would just be like,
It's like liquid gunpowder, but it explodes if you compress it too much.
I'm just in the can you convince the cowboy to do this out of a sense of pride?
Oh, definitely. But well, Sonia isn't that nasty. I don't know if Takeo is.
no, he just doesn't really have a conscience outside of, okay, what are the parameters? The parameters are don't let this person die. Okay, cool, we'll do that. But he won't actively go out of his way to, like, make people do bad things or do
Yeah.
something bad to somebody.
Yeah, so you're not
Unless
gonna
it's-
like
unless
try
it-
and make
unless-
him drink diesel because
Yeah,
he'd be
no.
less of a man if he didn't, etc.
I've literally just said what Tikio would
Yeah.
do. So if someone said, what's diesel? And he'd just be like,
It's kind of like a fuel source for construct. It explodes if you compress it too much.
So yeah,
It's
probably
like
not good
liquid
for you.
gunpowder.
he'd at least get the gunpowder reference.
You know what they get when they like crush down a horse into liquid and use it to like to make like wheels turn
liquefied
better. It's a bit like that.
They crush a horse and age it for 50 million years.
Yeah.
Aged. He's got the bottle of diesel like,
Age 400 million years.
Now I'm
Stop
just
crushing
imagining-
horses.
Now I'm imagining Howdy Partner picking up bottles of oil and being like, a fine vintage. Is this 65 million year old horse? I see you have a discerning eye.
This one came from a Shetland pony.
A Whatland?
Along with the sweater it was wearing.
Oh, don't tell me you've never been to Space Scotland.
Yes, this one was wearing a sweater when it was turned into oil.
Sonia will magic up some shortbread and gift it to Howdy Partner.
He'll eat the shortbread and be like, "This is the greatest thing ever," because that's what shortbread is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just imagining someone just randomly giving a cowboy shortbread and they're like, the hell is this? It's nice though.
I can imagine that too. But yeah, Ben's like, alright, we're here.
it's just occurred to me that the ship's chef is gone.
What do you mean? I'm right here.
I mean, Colt's the one with the expertise and the cook's utensils. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah, Colt knows how to
Like,
actually
you-
make food.
Yeah,
Sonia's
you
great
magic,
at making food. It
yeah,
just...
you magic food into existence.
No, Sonia's always been great at food. It's just what it's made of and how it looks might not match. Think of it like the slime thing with Shion.
All right, yeah.
Like it's gonna be
Sonia.
incredible, but
But what's in it though? Could be anything. At least when Colt makes something, he's like, I think that was like beef, but not really.
which goes back to which is a reference. Oh yeah, James won't know the original reference from that, is that way back when, in the age-old days of the descent into Avernus, I got Sonia to make a souffle making blood and got a nat 20. Everyone loved it, and everyone hated that they loved it.
Nice.
Everyone loved it, and then you told them what it was, and they were all like, "Why the fuck?"
Why did you feed us that? I just used
Hey,
the
what-
ingredients we had.
The more important question is, blood is a substitute for, I think, the eggs in your cake,
Yeah.
right?
That was what.
When-
Yeah, that.
Where did you get the butter from?
Yeah,
Or the flour?
yeah.
Don't worry,
Or
the nat 20
sugar.
took care of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I do
Imagine-
know that, like, legitimately, normal tasting food is really expensive in hell because you have to get it from another dimension. Because
Yeah.
all
Tur-
of the food there sucks.
Turns out it was actually just like a massive black pudding.
A big black pudding.
Massive
Wibble.
black pudding, not like.
We had
Wibble.
souffle.
But yeah, Ben's like, we've arrived.
Ah,
Later
excellent.
outside.
During that entire discussion, tumbleweeds were going past.
Yeah.
They're all like piling up in the corner and vanishing.
No, they hit the wall and then they phase through the wall because they're not real. They're like being like hollow projected off me.
Yeah, they're just illusions.
Alright, so who should we talk to? Is there like a fleet admiral we don't know about or something?
Yeah,
I mean, our fleet
same
is
the Admiral
our
the
fleet
whole
is
time.
here, and they've already been asking stuff. Or
But
speaking-
they will send you a hanger to dock at if you do respond to their email.
Oh yeah,
Like-
I've got it set up in that the time we were waiting now of like it's set up so my emails are just being forwarded to Tikio. Tikio's like, oh my god, you get so much stupid spam. No wonder you ignore your emails.
Sonia, you realise half of these are malware.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't open any of my emails anymore.
I'll just send them I'll just copy and paste my code, shift a couple of decimal points around, and send them that. For sure that'll scramble whatever they're sending you.
send them something even worse.
So
Ugh.
where are we entering, Joseph?
Well,
Top of
if I find the
Are you
ship-
top or a bottom?
There. Ship will land here.
big ass hanger.
And this person's like, "Oh my god, I've never seen you before."
Wait, then how'd you? What?
Ah, the previous admiral gave me this picture of you all.
And it's a picture of Sonia, Colt, and Fume.
Yeah.
and it's like, blue one's a
He-
lot shorter than I thought.
He retired. He seemed like a good guy. Yeah, I'm the new up and comer.
Nice to meet you.
I've been managing your fleet. Might I say, you've been one of the people of all time to own a fleet.
Look, we're very busy. Also,
you
Well,
must
bel-
be.
our internet
do believe-
turned off, so go on.
It is the first time I've seen these emails today. At least now I'll be handling them by the sounds of it.
Good, good.
Better late than never, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was just
it-
going to say, I do believe we've had the fleet longer than we've had TQO, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, because we didn't have a. No, because we had Fume at the time. I think we had TQO, but I think he was just the AI. He was just like software. He didn't have a body at the time. Because I think it was. I think we got the fleet after TQO got like ripped to ripped to pieces and just became software.
That's so many years ago.
It literally is.
So yeah. What can I do for you?
What can I do for you?
Oh my
Yeah,
god, you're here to do stuff for us?
We're in the Landian space, which is where the Landians are the people who are like ill and they're not hearing from their god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
cool.
we were responding to the Landian situation. Has any info been gathered on that while we've been on way here? Oh no.
Never mind. Yeah. They go. Well, they've been pretty sick, but none of our people have gotten it yet. We've just been keeping our distance from them and stuff.
So no update on any information. Read.
Also, did you have something you wanted to say to me regarding Colt there? Sorry, because I just kind of went off on one.
Yeah, no, never mind. I just remembered Colt wasn't there, so.
Okay.
Colt, I've got very important. Never mind.
You just look at the space where he would be sitting. There's just a dotted outline of him. Like, oh yeah.
So yeah,
Are we like are we on planet then, or are we like in orbit?
You're in orbit around a planet.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, so I'm the new admiral of this fleet.
nice
to meet you.
But does an admiral not usually need water?
I think we have some water vehicles.
I think I've got a glass of water around here somewhere.
Like Howdy Partner just like starts to hyperventilate. He's just like, I'll be back in a second.
If you turn around, you see the vacuum of space behind you.
I turn back around.
You see a box. It's just a normal box.
How big is the box?
It's like about the same size as you, maybe a bit
I
bigger.
get inside the box.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Collect me when you're leaving.
You open the box.
Will do.
Inside the box, there are the box is filled with a number of square sort of packages. Do you remove enough to
I
get
remove
in?
enough to fit inside.
Okay, sure.
I'm like,
You Tetris
collect me when
yourself
you're
in.
leaving.
Got it. You've got this nice-
Watching this happening leans towards the admiral. Is like,
Please tell us those are just food supplies and not ordnance.
Yeah, they're just food supplies.
Ah, read.
You hear munch as like Howdy Partner starts to stress eat.
Now I really hope it's not ordinary.
really hope it's not plastic explosives.
Wow, lovely
It was
chewing
like,
gum.
He was like, oh fuck, if those are claymores.
I think if they were claymores, I wouldn't get to that point.
Yeah,
True.
a claymore, if it's one of the round ones, just looks like a free bentos.
No,
I
it's
have never seen one of those in real life.
no,
A
it's
claymore
just
or a
copies.
free bento.
No, it's
The
just
furry,
copies.
the furry bento. I've seen a claymore in real life before.
No, it's actually just copies of the manga Claymore.
Ah. Also not exactly edible, but
Or it's the sword Claymore.
It's a very small claymore if it's in a small square package, big enough for someone to just pick up and chuck out of a box. And
Yeah,
there's multiple of them.
yeah.
What is this? Claymores for ants?
nah, it's like construction kit.
How dare you? These Claymores are used by the finest Smurf soldiers.
Claymores for fairies.
God, don't make me remember the Smurf Wars. Not the Smurf Wars.
But yeah, the admiral's like, yeah. So I'm noted for I'm really hard to punch.
Everyone's just standing still, waiting for Colt to punch them. And it's like, oh yeah, he's not here.
Yeah, sorry, I had to cough because I was going to retort with,
We have a certain associate who would beg to differ. Unfortunately, he's busy.
I just
Fair
like
enough.
I like the
He's
idea of
busy and
there being a silence as we're all just waiting for him to punch and I say, oh yeah, he's not here.
you're that used to it at this point. You hear like, it's like a There's another word for it that I'm blanking on, but that's an auditory hallucination of just Colt just going bet.
I want to see if something happens. Is that enough?
I don't know.
Sonia, give me a wisdom save.
Oh, but I'm very wisdom.
I know.
Let's open this character sheet. For the second time this session. The first time was to write magic chicken noodle soup.
That was very important, though.
Ah, my wisdom save's okay.
I mean, yeah, you're proficient in it. You should be pretty. Oh, never mind. Sonia, you go a little bit in. You gain a temporary insanity, where you just believe Colt is here. You just see him and hear him when he's not there.
Yeah. It's like, that's kind of a dangerous insanity for someone at my power level to have. Colt's gonna come back and there is gonna be another Colt. He's gonna like, who's this? Colt. But that's probably a next week problem.
So yeah, they're like, do you want us to look into that whole situation? I hear there's a reward for doing it. That could help with our current repair.
Are you referring to the Landian situation?
Yeah, if we could probably upgrade the fleet and stuff if we got a reward for that. If we had like some more money.
Wait, you don't
Good.
have, you don't have money? Ben! Just yelling through the ship's door.
I know Ben's wealthy and all that, but I didn't think he can fund our entire fleet.
Ben wanders out like, what is it, Sonia?
Ben, they need money.
Okay.
We have lots of money, right?
I mean, how much money do you have?
You've got it.
Okay. Good to know.
Rummages through pockets. Like 20p? And this diamond.
20p, this
20p and a
diamond.
diamond.
I'm just imagining rummaging through Sonia's pockets. 20p, this diamond, this weird relic of unfathomable power.
Yeah. You like
Why does TQ have 10
Junior
gold in his
min.
inventory?
like you turn out Sonya's pockets, and it's like when you see someone turn out pockets and like sand pours out, but it's just all diamond dust. Why do you have so much diamond dust on you? Oh.
Spells,
Yeah.
spell components.
Ben's like, I mean, I have a lot of money. What do you need? And then the fleet person's like, well, here's a list of repairs and ships that need replaced. And actually, a lot of these ships are out of date and need upgraded desperately. And he's like, Sonia, we do not have this much money.
As I said, I didn't think we can fund an entire fleet at the same time. The date of the ship sounds like a Lithonian problem.
They want like 1 trillion credits, Sonia.
We have way more than that, right?
No, even I know that, and I'm
Why-
not in charge of the.
Why don't we have more than that?
Because we don't? To be fair, I've been spending a lot on it. Do you know how much it costs to enchant a ship so when people are training on it, they don't just blow it up?
No.
Lots. Lots and lots.
I mean, especially
So
when you have to enchant it to the point where Ocelot get to exist on it.
But every single like component of that ship is the equivalent of a legendary magic item.
Like, seriously, Sonia, if Colt had to train on here, do you reckon this shit would last 5 minutes? He's canny and that, but bloody hell, man.
I was like, yeah, oh yeah, but how are my book sales doing? They must be doing great. It's like, yeah, you've sold millions, except you've decided to list your books for 1 copper each. Yeah, because people need to get books.
Suddenly it costs 2 copper to ship them.
You're in debt by 1,000,000 credits.
I mean, money's fake, right? You just take what you want.
Exactly.
Says the box.
Yeah, I agree with the box.
Munch.
What you got in there?
Nothing. Munch.
I mean, they're pretty nice. They're like, they go over and pick them up. Opens one. These are our standard rations. It is a sort of block of grey stuff that it has sort of the same sort of feel as jelly, but when you eat it, it tastes like your favorite food.
It's pretty good.
I was going to make the joke of this is one of those function over form type rations where it's like, it looks like now, tastes like now, but is mega nutritious.
Oh.
Every mage in this entire military is going to be learning prestidigitation for this.
That is what it is. It is laced with a small amount of magic to make it taste like whatever your favorite food is. Effectively-
Prestidigitation sprinkles.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single one is like baked in with a very small amount of prestidigitation to make it taste nice. Otherwise, it is effectively, if you didn't have that component, it would be effectively a flavorless nutrition brick.
Have you ever bitten
I
a
like the
gelatinous
phrase-
cube? No.
I like the phrase nutrition brick.
They are flavorless nutrition bricks, but we do have them flavored with magic.
Yes,
because
our magic chefs.
it's soldiers fight better when you give them something to remember to fight for.
Like a flavor brick?
I mean, yeah, but come on, it's their favorite home cooked meal. Or at least that's what it tastes like. It's better than flavor brick.
Sorry, not sorry. This is entirely a foreign concept to me. I was built for this exact purpose.
Well, the soldiers were definitely happier when we started mixing it in.
That's good. Okay, so anything else we can help with? Because apparently we're not as rich as I'd hoped.
I mean,
You don't have-
he did just say go down there, solve the thing. They might fund us some upgrades.
Yeah.
If they've got an advanced government down there, that's all right with funding upgrades for all of this lot.
Oh, yeah,
All the more reason to go and sort it out.
what's their civilization like down there?
Oh, as far as we can tell, they're very heavily religious. They seem to be some sort of theocracy.
How advanced are we talking?
An incredibly advanced theocracy.
Oh no.
They have space
Good.
travel, but
I-
most of their space travel is based around faith-based magic.
Howdy Partner's gonna get on great with them.
At least they wouldn't be freaked out by someone like me turning up.
Yeah, they pray to they pray to get a lot of stuff done. Gods work their machines.
So, would it be for the best I didn't mention I was a god?
Depends. What's your relationship like with their god?
I don't know if I even know them.
Then maybe
Like, if their
you
god's
probably
if their god's missing and they need like power and shit because that's how they get it. I don't really want them sucking on me.
You
Oh,
don't
my.
I don't think they're gonna suck on you. I think the big concern is if they view you as heretical. Other than that, I think you should be fine. Unless you are opposed to the god that they believe in.
Which god do they believe in?
Their one. I don't really know much about it. They've gone missing.
Fuck
I
it.
think
Yeah,
it-
let's go down and ask some questions.
Cool.
Get thrown in jail, probably.
Let's go there. Ask some questions, get thrown in jail. Is that a common
then
occurrence for you guys?
Get thrown in jail and then walk out of it.
Well, yeah, but we'll have like a cool theme in the background because Howdy Partner will be with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Gets TKO to just pick up the box he's in.
Yep, sure. Gundam mech noises as like lifts up the crate.
And then the next time the crate's opened again, we're on the ground.
Can we have the rations in that crate? Could you not just get your guy out and...
No.
Oh. So, the summation of events is they asked you for help, you said, what do you want? And then you robbed them.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go and help them in another way.
If it's any consolation, I think out of all the ones he hasn't already
Points at the pile on the floor.
thrown on the ground, I think he's ate the rest. So it's just a box for him in it now.
Turns out these things are all rations that are designed so that like you eat one a day, and like
100%.
Yeah, you eat one a day, and that calorie wise sorts you out for the whole day. And you've had like 4.
Give me a constitution saving throw, Howdy Partner.
Howdy
Let's see how
Partner's going
many
to be
you
so
can get through.
constipated.
Let's see if you have to be like rolled out of this box. Oh yeah, you managed to keep eating. Give me another one. Let's see how far you go, man.
Come on, keep rolling high.
Nice.
Keep them coming. It's until you fail.
Google's
You can
fat
keep
cowboy.
Yeah, keep going.
Hey, he's nailing it here. Like,
This is to see how many more than he should be able to. Oh, the 16 was close. I'm looking for 15 for you to fail. Come on. End the streak.
Ah,
There you go. The
There
13
you go.
ended it.
that's a
Cool.
cool picture of a cat.
Cool. So, howdy, partner. You ate so many more than you reasonably should have been able to. When that box is opened, you are going to be sick. There is too much inside of you, and it must escape.
I must be free. God, Google's failing me hard. I'm not finding any, like, good pictures of a fat cowboy.
yeah, same.
I found one of those terrifying gore fetish things.
What?
That's, like, furry.
What the fuck? That's
That
just...
was certainly a sentence.
Yeah, I was not ready for that
I
sentence.
can imagine Graham knows exactly what I mean if I explain.
I didn't hear you at all, so like I'm gonna. What did you say?
Gore fetish furry things.
Sure.
Where it's a furry and they're big and fat, and if you clicked on it,
like
it'd probably have more stuff to do with swallowing things.
like vor,
Yeah.
Vor.
So a man v food meme will
like
do the job.
like an inflation thing.
Yeah,
There you go. That sounds horrible.
it is. And then I'm gonna just send it to Graham.
Good.
What the fuck, man? What did you deserve this?
Ate a bunch of their rations.
currently Howdy Partner is this shape.
I did just notice that the website attached to that is furaffinity.net. So
Why
okay,
the fuck are you browsing Fur Affinity?
I typed in fat cowboy. This is not what I asked for.
Uh-huh. Sure it's not, buddy. Sure it's not.
None of these cowboys are fat.
I mean, that's why I typed man v food, because at least then you're guaranteed to like get just someone eating a burger the size of themselves.
I mean, I found a clearly AI looking image of what you said as you said it.
God damn it, AI. Stop it. Yep. Also, that is definitely AI.
Oh yeah. With his standard 3 fingers and 1.5 thumbs.
Well,
Anywho, we load up our boy in his box. He vomits, and we go down to land.
You
oh
go-
god, I've vomited all over myself.
Not again.
Oh no, man.
Prestidigitation.
No, that's
Please.
too much.
It's too
Oh
much.
god, I can't stop.
Just
Get
keep
him in the toilet.
Walls
So
him
much
in.
more comes out than went in.
Oh god, it's forcing itself out both ways.
It's somehow coming out of my ears.
It's using every path it can to escape.
He did eat a lot.
He ate like a month's worth of ration.
In 10 minutes. If
Yeah.
that.
This is the worst decision I ever made in my life.
Oh,
So far.
True.
sure, you guys managed to land.
Dystopian megacity.
And some officials will greet you. Be like, "Oh, you god has arrived."
What? Where?
This is like on the landing pad, assuming you've gotten out of the ship.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
yeah. So they'll be like, "Sorry, we weren't informed of you were visiting. We would have kicked up more of a fuss. Please be welcome."
Yes.
So what brings you here? Have you come to help us with our plight?
I mean, that's generally what we go for.
Oh no.
Pretty much I.
Also, just slightly checking on something. You are aligned to our god's desires, right?
Yeah, we don't know who your god is, if I'm honest. As you can see, we just got here.
Right.
Neither for or opposed.
Please
Not religious
enlighten
or
us.
mechanical.
Points at self.
Sure. We worship, of course, the mighty god Traxatus. And we've heard you guys have been going round trying to win votes in lots of other nations.
Yeah, we're trying to save the universe.
Yeah, we're really behind. We're behind you on that.
Good.
We think we should preserve the universe as it is, and then hide the large machine
Yeah, the Large Hadron Collider.
somewhere where no one will ever find it again.
I'm glad we agree.
Maybe stick a big sign on it saying
Not
"Do
here.
I was more going for the if someone does find it, warn them that tell them what it does so they don't do what we did when we found it, which was go, ooh, shiny stuff, and start ripping it apart. But yeah, that too.
So yeah, who? I'm not from this universe. I don't know if I know this god.
I was just about to ask, what is your god the god of? What do they represent?
To us, everything. Because they're representative of our civilization and way of life.
So a life god. Fair enough.
Sort of.
What are their tenets?
They're a just and benevolent god. Like they hand you a like a tablet containing their religious doctrine.
I was really hoping, as standard, you were going to say pamphlet. Okay, so they hand me a
It has
tablet with their Bible on
so
it.
much information on this god.
Alright, Takeo, eat this and regurgitate.
Eat. eat the pamphlet.
Yeah.
Or tablet,
Vague-
whichever you
Eat this
said.
Amazon Kindle.
Num 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 num.
Just shattering plastic.
The sort of gist is, Traxxas was at one point just a guy in a relatively undeveloped, like, civilization. And he effectively built up the entire civilization to the point where it started as a single city-state, which expanded into conquering the entire planet. And they went... upon his death, everyone saw... He was, like, massively beloved, and people started praying to him and stuff. And he eventually acquired a divine spark towards the end of his life. And upon his death, he ascended into divinity.
I mean, none of that sounds like anything that we're against.
He then, like, shepherded this civilization as... He is his domain is this civilization. He is as powerful as this civilization is.
Huh, interesting.
He also has a couple of minor domains that are, like, management and, like, effectively being a good boss. If you're good at if you are, like, reasonable at managing people and not, like, massively evil while doing so, this is your guy.
Okay, and what's happened to him? He just vanished or something?
Yeah, he stopped responding to our prayers, and no one's been able to find him, and every attempt to access his divine realm has just been met with failure. And it's kind of a big deal, because most of our civilization runs on prayer.
So what you're saying is, you need hopes and prayers, but of a different kind.
Yeah, we do have there is like a small supplementary pantheon. There's like 3 other minor gods that they worship, but they're not very powerful. One of them is they're 2 lesser gods and a demigod, but
Do we have
they're not.
names?
Yeah, I
And
mean,
what they
very
represent?
they seem like a great place to start for information.
Are they at least allied with Traxxas?
Yeah,
And therefore would know more about him. Where he is at?
the 2 lesser deities were Traxxas's like first 2 children, and the demigod was about 500 years post Traxxas's death. A new leader rose up that was the one that took them into the space age, effectively. And that guy became the demigod of, like, they are the latest addition to to the pantheon, but the other gods don't really hold much power. They hold some, and they can keep the lights on, but
Still, still, again, do they have names, or do you know where they tend to have their domains around here, or if on this world at all? Because again, they just sound like a good place to start asking.
uh, the two lesser gods are Valara and Beatria.
God, this is things I should be writing down.
I am. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, my character
and
sheet broke.
Damn you! Roll 20. I've probably spelt these wrong, but fuck it.
and Ryza is the demigod.
Oh, I hate they sound like a villain.
You generally get the sense that Traxxas is genuinely a good type of leader who is always out to do the best that they can. They're highly respected. Everyone loves them, and they generally try and do the right thing most of the time.
What's this place called again?
This is the capital of the Landian Empire. Land.
Very imaginative.
Well, where are you from?
Another universe.
When he asks that, a spark just pings out of the ventilation vent into Yo's head, just like like you just heard something you didn't understand.
File corrupted.
See, your universe doesn't even have a cool name. It's just another universe. That's very unimaginative.
No, I'm from this one. I just didn't know where.
Right.
Also,
Look.
where I'm from probably does have a name. I've just not asked.
Look, language developed pretty early on. We just picked the first word, okay? Most planets just called like the first thing that means like whatever the ground is.
Yeah, who would name
At least
something
the species
stupid? Why would a
developed them.
guy name a place that he's built after a game?
Yeah, I'm from Yeehaw.
I was gonna try
See?
and make a Baldur's Gate reference, but the Yeehawk destroyed it.
Imagine naming like those people who are all from Space Earth. And yes,
Wait,
Space
what?
conquered them. Those bastards.
I heard Space Australia died.
Oh, it got better.
Did it? Oh,
It got
okay.
better.
Good to know. But yeah, Beatria is generally considered they were the second child and generally also are considered pretty good. They're like a hard worker. They're not very good at running empires and stuff, but they are considered like a very genuine, simple but good person. Valara is more into the managerial side of stuff, but in a much darker way than Traxxas.
Which one? The what? Where? Sorry.
Valara is the more evil aspects of management, effectively.
Corporate evil.
Yeah. They're more cutthroat.
Right, I'm just writing Valora.
Evil management.
If autocorrect would stop changing it to Vila. Corporate evil.
Beatria is just considered a very like nice, hardworking person that everyone who met them generally liked, but they're not very like management minded. They are the god of laborers, at least in this culture.
Or both of them like a joint like dual god of that, representing different aspects of it.
Yeah, sort of.
Right.
One is the upper management, one is the like average Joe worker type. Riser is sort of this civilization's form of progress. You will note that their domains are specific to this civilization, though. They're not like the general gods of these things. They are the gods of these things circa this civilization.
Right, so like Beatria is kind of like a god representing the skilled working man who is like a good leader but not very good at, or just like the working man who makes a good leader, but Valara is like straight up, they are the boss.
Yeah.
You lot do what I say.
Riser more represents progress.
Again, I don't know why, but I'm getting vibes off of Riser that they're fucking unbearable.
You just don't like their name. Let's go and meet them and find out they're the nicest
Riser,
person ever.
Riser,
I mean-
the demigod of progress.
To be fair, like this spaceport would have Riser symbols plastered all over it because it definitely was built in their honor.
How long's all this been up?
Well, since forever, it was built with these markings engraved into the like metal.
And not symbols of Traxidus.
Well, yeah, of course, Traxidus is like the most important god, but Riser is progress, and to be fair, they were the one who like built most of the early spaceports. This was one of the first spaceports. It's just been like refurbished and upgraded over time. If you go into the more like traditional areas of the city, it's mostly Traxidus. But like, you know, in a lot of the newer areas, Riser is more favored. It just depends where you are. But Traxidus is the most important one.
It looks like we have a motive.
Yippee!
Yeah.
Alright, let's go find these god people.
Okay, cool. I think the best bet is if you go talk to their high priests, you might be able to find them. / priestesses.
That's kind of what I was asking before. If they don't have their domains on this world, do they have a place of worship where contact could be established?
Yeah, we'll take it.
Especially the demigods, since, you know, they are probably like a guy somewhere.
Oh yeah, I mean the demigod is like you obviously know you've got a demigod with you. They can just wander about. Riser has been busy though because they have actually been working with us to try and find Traxidus.
It's just occurred to me that Riser's probably going to look at Tikio and go, "Oh my god, that's so old, such an old-fashioned design. Fuck's sake, get with the times, man."
I love how much you're like priming yourself to hate this person based off of their name and
And their
what they
job.
are the god of. You're like, God, I can't wait to fucking hate this guy. You haven't met him. You don't know anything about him other than his job and his name. Fuck that guy, though.
You fucking
What's he ever done for me?
I mean, you're not wrong.
So intense. Oh.
Yeah, we should go straight for this Riser guy.
Just immediately kill that guy. You must have done it.
Anti-gravity
No,
blade to
I
the
didn't
face.
say that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll like if you want to go talk to Riza, they'll take you on a boat towards like the central cathedral, which is at the center of this city. Uh, they do also want to look over if you have any holy texts in you to check if you're like a compatible god.
Looks at all our people. Do I? I can't remember.
Different look at me. I'm different now.
But Ben will take the 3 or 4 holy texts that have been written about you that he has copies of and hand them to them. And they're like, I mean, yeah, you should be fine. You're like working towards the same ends vaguely.
No,
seems.
what do they say about me?
I mean, I'm
You
assuming
don't
that TQ
know?
in this instance is the printer, so hands you the sheets.
Ben just literally emailed them like
Ah,
links
okay.
to those things.
Can
But it's
take
like,
your
oh, do you want to
can
read
take
your
your
own
access.
holy texts?
Can
That
take
might
you
be a good
can
start.
take
says
your
Ben.
can take your access Ben's emails, look at the attachment, and then project a minor illusion out of one of his eyes, like R2D2, of just the text scrolling in
Yeah,
front of Sonia, so
sure.
she can read it.
I really fucking love the idea that Sonia has to attend like like an RE class on her own fucking religion. Where a priest
Well,
tells her about
one
her own doctrine.
it's one thing being a god, but when some priests are just writing shit about you, and it's like, whoa, what are you writing there? I didn't fucking say that.
Effectively the synopsis of stuff that they've written about you, Sonia, is uh a, a, a lot of it is weird sex cultists
Huh?
because that's your thing. Although there's like uh 2 or 3 small bits, sort of footnotes or like writings from a couple of other people who are chatting about how like one does stick out to you of like, oh, they came to me when I was trying to like rebuild this sort of like remake this thing that was broken, and they helped me reproduce it, and it was really good. Like they personally helped me do that. It was a wonderful experience. 5-star god.
I
Five
remember that.
stars,
They
10
were
out
a
of
cool
10.
guy.
Would pray it again.
And so like, you know, there's like small elements of that, but most of it is like, so we had this planet-wide orgy. Fucking awesome.
10 out of 10. Would pray again.
This is the kind of god you want to get behind.
Well, they're happy at least.
But the other thing with it is Ben has uploaded a lot of like fights and stuff to your sort of various social medias. So people have got a vague idea of what your personality is like and stuff and how you'd want them to act. And people have like transcribed things you've said from those videos and then like tried to interpret them morally.
Oh my god, that means Sonya will have like later, way down the line, you'll probably have like stories kind of like in Norse myth with Loki and gods like that, where they take the forms of different creatures. It's like, yeah, that's Sonya. She was a dragon in this bit.
Yeah, that sounds on point.
but from a moral standpoint, your followers have generally gotten to the conclusion that Sunya doesn't like it when like really evil stuff happens, but if it's very funny, you probably can get away with it.
If it's funny.
Yeah.
So you know that
Is
that's
it evil? Yes. Is it chaotic? Also yes. Go on.
that's generally the
Nonsense.
consensus your followers. That's the sort of consensus your hardcore followers have gotten to.
The
Good.
OG fans.
Most people sort of just know you as that sex god. So you know,
And that aligns with you.
they're like, I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with reproduction. I guess it's more important to other cultures than our culture. We're not like bigoted.
Okay.
It's not as important to us. But you do you. We were more checking for if you were the god of like senseless murder or anti this culture or like allied with the time dragon. That was the big thing.
Oh, that reminds
Look.
us. I need the ring. Why did I? No, this is Andrew's brain remembering. I needed the ring ball. Why did I need a ring ball?
Check if he was alive.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't
it.
Wasn't it something to do with Orcus?
I don't remember. I just
No, it's
remembered.
bird.
Yeah, the
You
bird
wanted-
and
you-
shit.
You wanted to check on bird, and thus you wanted to see what happened to Baal in this dimension.
Yeah, because I haven't talked to them since I phoned them up a year or two ago.
Did you ever bring this up with Colt? Because Colt has seen Baal. You brought it up with him, did you?
I have no idea.
Because Colt has seen him. Didn't. It's a good thing that he wasn't as powerful as he is now, because he'd be like, I really want to punch you.
I think it was more a thing of like, this bird thing is encroaching massively on the death murder shit. Does Ball know anything? I think was what I was gonna do, and then obviously Andrew forget.
Right.
But yeah, their general thing is like, because while we were poking around, we also found this, and they show a little white mask icon. They're like, yeah, so you're definitely on the government side, which means we can trust you. We trust you absolutely
Good.
if you're working for White Mask.
Honestly, that doesn't feel like a smart thing to do. You should never trust anyone absolutely.
Indeed,
Well-
indeed. Also, technically,
Points at Ben.
I work for him only.
Sure, but you have White Mask's stamp of approval, and they're kind of the boss of the coalition. So if we didn't trust you, we'd probably have to leave the coalition.
If that's
And-
if that's how your hierarchy works, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's not how our hierarchy works. Our hierarchy obviously places our god at the top, but it's how this alliance is working.
Makes sense.
We do not stand a chance against the Time Dragon alone, so that's why we riding, I guess.
Until we can get the peaceful option. Yeah, smart.
But yeah, they'll show you into like the large cathedral.
boss music starts playing.
It's a really large open area with a lot of ammo and healing items at the front door.
True. You find a large supply of healing items and ammo and
Don't mean it.
Armor stuff, and then you're walking into massive wide open space with no seating or anything. It's like, this is real boss fight territory.
Yeah, just stand in the middle of there, yeah, right there. We'll go and get
And
them
then
now.
yeah, you
and
find
the cutscene will play.
you find a large empty room.
The door locks behind you.
Weirdly, at the bottom of your vision, this sort of red bar kind of appears. with
Just another visual glitch with my eyes, I'm sure.
Riser's name above it. Cutscene plays.
There's too many zeros on the left side of the decimal point at the end of it.
Weirdly, you can't control your body as you sort of like move forward. The door like slams behind you. Giant boss drops from the ceiling.
It's like, I'll destroy you and your outdated design. I knew it.
You failed me for the last time. That doesn't even make sense. We've never met.
I don't even I don't even follow you.
Anyway, what actually happens?
You get led into a big cathedral.
It turns out it's a normal cathedral.
It does turn out to be a normal cathedral. Oh. What's the thing on this map? But yeah. On the way, they're just gonna vaguely say, they're just gonna question you about, like, what brings you here specifically, other than just, like, is it just to save God?
Yeah? Or help?
Nice.
Like, if for some reason God can't be saved, help in some other way?
Now, if God can't be saved, we're doomed.
So this like Ryza totally like is hiding your god, right?
Well, we don't think so. They've been pretty instrumental in helping look for them.
Of course they would be.
I guess it's a possibility, but I sure hope not. We'll see. I wouldn't say that directly to them.
Why not?
I mean, it's a pretty serious accusation against one of our gods.
I'm just laying out like possibilities.
We may want to compile some actual evidence before we can saying that.
Yeah.
That feels like an old-fashioned idea.
So they'd hate that, surely.
Evidence is relatively important to her.
Where I'm from, you just say things, like throw out wild accusations, and eventually one of them is right.
That doesn't seem like a very good way of doing stuff.
Well, if Riser's been so instrumental in helping in the search, where's he at?
He's in this cathedral.
For all of those who've been to Howdy Partner's home planet, you would know that it's like a relatively low technology planet with no clue about space travel. You're like, maybe the way they run things isn't the most conducive to actually moving forward with society, where everyone was just like, you definitely stole my stuff, and then they get into a gunfight over it, and whoever wins the gunfight was obviously correct.
Yep.
I believe that was just Sonya, because I think Tikio stayed on the ship for that bit.
I honestly can't remember if anyone remembers that planet.
Oh no, we found you on the AI planet, didn't we?
No?
No, it was way further back than that.
Howdy Partner was found when you were looking for the other cult.
Oh yeah, I remember it now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they lead you into a large room, which appears to be this.
Another Asra's Wrath looking token.
You enter in from there. True. That's because all of the boss bars, Lord.
We appear at the bottom, did you say?
Yeah, you walk in through this door.
Bip.
Bunch of angels just hanging out.
They all appear to be praying.
So where's the criminal?
Wrong one.
Ah.
That's what I think what everyone else is trying to figure out.
We haven't know yet.
Though I agree, it would be like real handy if someone just came forward and said it was their fault.
Yeah, and this is the person who's been escorting you. Also, I guess Ben will be there because someone's got to. So yeah, like, yeah, that's him.
Sees the praying, and with the database that he does have, he'll know at least something about religions, and probably have like a subroutine of it's a parameter about to like just interrupt certain ceremonies. So we'll turn to the guide and just be like,
I take it out of your bad crack to just gan up and gan talking to them right now, like. They seem to be busy. Doing something.
Their prayer should be ending relatively shortly.
Right.
enters idle mode.
After they conclude this like ritual they seem to be doing, a sort of ball of light appears here,
Mm-hmm.
and this person runs over and stares into it. Sonia, give me an Arcana check with with advantage.
Arcarnier.
Yeah.
Loads up character sheet again. Very slow roll 20. Dice loads in. I can see my sheet behind this already having loaded in roll 20. Arciner. You got any of them Arcarners?
You recognize that this is a very powerful form of divination that attempts to find someone based on the strength of your connection that you have to them.
Turns to Tikio and is like, "Hey, this reminds me. I wonder if we could just use the eye thing in the ship to find their god."
Aye. Maybe.
Anyways, let's see how this pans out first.
The angels look pretty disappointed. as does Ryza.
I want to zoom in on this. What's he look like? Yeah.
So it looks like something out of Asra's Wrath.
Well, they tried. Let's go say hi.
Sure. You approach, and they go, "Ah, another god's arrived. Are you here to help in our time of need?"
Probably.
Excellent. I sense you have like a strong connection to divination.
Yeah, and fate and reproduction and other things.
Uh, two of those sound really useful for the current predicament we find ourselves in. We don't know where our god is.
Yeah,
or
I've
our big
heard.
god. Do
And
you
I'm
have
guessing
anything that might
I'm guessing
be
your big
useful?
orb didn't help because you all look very sad suddenly.
Well, it vaguely was useful in that it gave us a picture of what God is currently doing.
Ooh, what are they doing?
Uh, well, it shows their very, very sick body not having a good time in a featureless landscape. So it's
Ooh.
not like the best news we've received.
I mean, it means that they still exist, though.
Yeah, it's good that they're still like existing and hopefully alive. But it's still not great news because it hasn't exactly told us where they are.
Joseph, remind me. When Tikio uses the divination orb on the ship, it gives them coordinates.
It doesn't. The ship can extrapolate coordinates. Yes.
Does that work extraplanally, if that's a
Uh,
word?
it, it does. It does tell you which plane of existence and where they are.
Sick. Yeah. Does Tikio share that, or does he keep that to himself, just to be like, haha, we found them?
We might not have found them though. Do
Yeah,
the
'cause
check first.
yeah, Tikio is just like, that's why I asked, because Tikio would be able to just do that calculation in his head, just be like, yeah, this sounds since he's alive and he's in some sort of featureless plane, even if that is like a demi plane he can't get out of, the divination artifact should be able to triangulate him when put through me.
Yeah.
But he's obviously just, idle animation, just being quiet about it.
So they're very
Floating
much on the
T-posing in space.
Sure, why not?
they're
And
very much
idle animation, and he glitches and goes into a T pose.
yeah, they basically beseech you for help.
It has
Well,
been it has been the objective of doing exactly that has been applied to this unit.
we're gonna try.
Sure. If you want, you can. There are some places to search.
I was about to ask, do you have any other headings other than featureless desert?
Yeah. They will produce a scroll. And hand it to you. And it's a list of many places that are being searched currently by various teams. App that like it's really weird because it includes like other planes of existence and stuff.
Again, what I immediately thought when I heard featureless place.
And they're also a couple of things that they go over is we suspect it's to do with the Time Dragon War.
In what way?
Well, the god runs our society effectively, right?
Uh-huh.
So removing them from the equation means we can't really fight in the war as effectively. And we are one of the major powers. It
Yeah,
severely hampered our ability to participate in the alliance.
that logic makes sense.
We don't hold as much sway, so we highly suspect that it's been engineered by the Time Dragon to effectively knock us out of the war. But we're not sure when or where our god could have been attacked. It was probably at some point in the past, possibly before they became a god. But that would be hard for us to deal with.
At what point chronologically did they disappear for you?
Chronologically, they've vanished like about a year ago.
And who's largely been running things since, or have you guys... Have you lot just tried to run things the same as you did before, but just without the head honcho?
Valara has mostly taken charge and runs the day-to-day empire. But she struggles because she's filling bigger shoes than she has. None of us are as powerful as Traxitus was, so we're struggling to keep everything running.
Just as a point of not leaving any stone unturned, what are your and your associated gods' thoughts and... Yeah, just thoughts on the whole conflict with the Time Dragon?
Well, we kind of want it to come to, ultimately, we just want the artifacts he has so we can prevent the universe from collapsing.
So you'd be down for it if you and other factions all had all of them and would just use them to essentially fix the universe, essentially, and not use the powers.
My position is the same as Traxitus's, and it's that we should just assemble the machine, use it to stabilize the universe, and then just hide it away somewhere where it can never be found.
Do the others differ, like?
I mean, recently a bunch of empires that you guys have visited have started to have, like, movements towards that. But the Imperial's position has remained largely
No,
unchanged.
I meant your sort of gods, mate.
Oh, Beatria seems fine with that sort of thing. Valara is less cool with that. They more would. I suspect they want to use the artifacts to take more power.
Alright. Didn't know about you, but that sounds a bit like inefficient to me. But yeah, what do I know? I'm just a robot.
Well, they are quite greedy.
Gee, as for the headings, we'll report back with what we find.
Yeah. Also, man, I like your body. It's very well put together.
Very forward.
Is it very for?
Well, that wouldn't compute to him.
Yeah.
To go and he was just like,
This is a design of me own creation, minus me heed.
Yeah.
Also this voice. Can he fix it?
Yeah, I can tell you've had a lot of like care and attention put into your various components. They look pretty good.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
except with a machine that doesn't understand it.
Hey, you're standing next to me. Anything's possible.
Takeo takes like a sliding step to one side away from you.
Electro-gonorrhea, the noisy killer.
He's on the other side of Howdy now. The noisiest killer. Some s- s- some tests state it's as loud as a jet plane taking off.
So,
Hello?
Hello.
hello, Graham.
Okay, we're coming through now. That's fine.
Yeah.
good.
All right. What
Now-
deep lore have you been sharing with us that we've missed, Graham?
Oh, it's fine. You've gone straight well past. It's probably been struggling for about 20 minutes.
I did notice that
Right.
you dropped out earlier and then came back in. I was like, oh no, you have connection problems again.
You've
What?
just missed me trying to insult the god that's standing in front of us to see if he'd kill me.
Ah.
Right.
So you could say that your insults fell on deaf ears then.
Yep.
To be fair, his initial reaction to you, having not heard the insults that you've been saying, is like, I feel very sorry for you. You've been sort of pushed far beyond what you're used to.
And I'm just like, I feel very sorry for you that you're going this far to hide the fact that you're the one that got rid of the other god.
I mean, if I wish I were, then I'd at least know where he is and be able to tell people.
That's such a weird reaction.
I love the idea. It's such a genuine reaction of, I wish I was the villain, because then I could help everyone. But no,
I think I hate him more. I'm honestly.
Like I understand he's trying to make me hate him less, but I'm with you on this one. It's the trying that makes you just narrow your eyes a bit, isn't
This world has fell gods.
it? Mm.
That's so kind and caring.
But then the plot thickens with the other one, the what's her name, Valara.
Yeah, he's like, he's trying his best, poor guy. But yeah, he's very much just like, it might, if it's a time travel thing, we understand if you can't help, but if you do have a time travel based connection, that would be handy.
We do have someone that we might be able to call on if that's the case. Otherwise, otherwise we should be out of reach because we're pretty good at extraplanar travel if that's the case.
Oh yeah, and I've shared a copy of this with everyone else on this investigation. One of my divine insights that told me how to make progress in this scenario was to look into this book. And they hand you a tome of various monsters. It is a like
A monster
large...
manual, if you will.
Yeah, it is a monster manual, if you will.
Volo's
large
Guide to
compendium of
Monsters.
various. It's a large compendium of various beasts.
Volo's Guide to. It's either Volo's Guide to Monsters or Mordekainen's Monsters of the Multiverse.
And they say we suspect that one of the beasts in here is related to the problem with our god.
Oh, that shouldn't take too long. Looks a book that's hundreds of things. Oh god.
Yeah, that's the problem we had.
Okay,
There's loads of things in here that could be the problem.
Okay, take you as a computer. How quickly can he highlight with his robot eyes?
Pretty
Like
quick.
a printer scanner.
Pretty quick. The issue is all of those pages are already marked with like a tab. It's like Don't worry, we've already poured through this book a million times and seen like which ones could possibly be responsible.
Okay, so that's something we can sit down and have a look through this at the ones that you've narrowed down at some point. We want to go and see I think the child that's not exactly aligned with us.
The what?
The godchild. The of the two of them, that's like one of them.
Beatria and Valara.
Yeah.
You want to go see
I
Valara or Beatria?
don't know why you're calling them a child.
Because they're the children of the person who's gone missing.
Okay, that's why you're calling them that.
Yeah,
They're still straight up lesser gods, though.
I know. You're always still someone's child.
Oh yeah, who are your
Except,
parents?
except me.
Checkmate on Sunya with that one.
Look, just because
Uh.
I don't know doesn't make my statement less true.
Uh,
I have a creator instead. That's more of a master subservient relationship.
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Different matter. I'm not bothered. Different feel now.
to be fair, the last time it didn't have to be, looks over it. Are you okay?
Yeah, and he's doing great.
Yeah, but to get to that point,
And
There was
TQ is on
small
like a
interlude.
TQ is on a slippery slope that could go down that way still.
Yay, it'll be fun for it to not be me for once.
It's a good thing that Ben is just going, no, that's all the raw materials that you're getting. Just build the one.
Oh.
Yeah, bollocks.
And
So,
well, yeah, if you want to go and say priests of the other two gods, yeah, done for that.
That sounds like a good next step for information gathering. Like
Sure.
to at least get like the high up answers that we can, and then look into what stuff correlates and whatnot.
We can also, like, because we're an impartial party, whatever information that they give, we can see whether it clashes with what the other ones are given.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I can have them summoned here if you want.
I mean,
Oh, that'll streamline things.
yeah.
Sure.
Given the time, do you want to maybe do that next?
Yeah.
Actually, it has just occurred to me,
Or
looks at Sunya.
would we want to do this on a one-to-one with them?
True, yeah, we will want to talk to them, like, not...
Sure. We'll set up a
Like-
meeting with them instead.
That sounds better.
But yeah, timing.
Sure. And with that, we'll call it a session.
Call
With
it
you guys
adieu.
going to begin investigating. Do you want to hear the title of the quest?
Oh, yes! With the
Uh-huh.
first title we've heard.
It is the Slay quest.
Dun dun dun. I didn't realise the
Slay
band Slay
quest.
was involved.
Yes. They were the killers the whole time.
So, weirdly enough, the joke in my head that I didn't say out loud earlier about this being a Scooby-Doo plot, that sounds like a Scooby-Doo plot. It's just a crossover episode with Slay.
I mean, they did it with Kiss,
Yeah, they did.
and that movie was great right up until the last 10 minutes.
Don't know if I've seen that
I-
one. The wrestling one was good.
The band Kiss turn out to be like intergalactic aliens, which honestly is more believable than them being humans.
Yeah. So so the ending was just real.
No, them being aliens is like midway through the
Ah.
film. In fact, I think as soon as Kiss and Scooby Doo are like and the gang are like alone together away from like the general public, it's revealed they're aliens with superpowers. That's great. We love that bit.
Man, that Scooby Doo show back in the day where they had celebrity guests every episode was great.
I agree. I miss Adam
Yeah.
West.
Man, the Abbott and Costello episode.
So yeah,
I
we
hope you
did
guys have-
we did stuff. We made progress.
You did some sport. Yeah.
We did
um,
actual plot for a change.
Yay! And all it took was for most of the characters to be missing.
Just Sonya. Yo, this person's 23 and their favorite color is also no.
New year, new friendship. Something.